supply chain issues, software errors, and borderline ludicrous. These are just some of the words used for the 2023 Fisker Ocean. Despite having more than 65,000 reservations for the all-new, all-electric SUV, Fisker is having some trouble in bringing his startup vision to perfection. In this video, we're taking you through some of the insane red flags to expect from the 2023 Fisker Ocean. By the way, if you're one of the 65,000 who reserved this car, we have some insider scoop about the launch. So be sure to stay till the end. The electric vehicle market is currently experiencing a dramatic shift, and we can't ignore how Fisker is seizing this opportunity with its exceptional new offering, the Ocean SUV. What we know so far is that this stunning SUV is affordable with a starting price of under $40,000. It also has an estimated range of 250 miles, and its all-wheel drive dual-motor setup generates at least 540 horsepower, propelling it to 60 miles an hour in less than 4 seconds. Plus, the most advanced version is expected to reach an incredible 350 miles on a single charge, making it the perfect option for long-distance journeys. But what sets the 2023 Fisker Ocean apart from the rest is its unique features. Its sleek design, akin to that of the iconic Range Rover Evoque, is bound to turn heads. Furthermore, the 17.1-inch center touchscreen display is an absolute marvel, rotating vertically and horizontally, ensuring that you have the perfect viewing angle, no matter where you're seated. Of course, all this is on paper, and based on some of the test drives that we've read, we've found some red flags which make the Fisker Ocean not just a risky choice, but a scary one. First up, we have to address the supply chain issues. The company released in one of its investor meetings that the orders for its Ocean SUV jumped from 65,000 vehicles to 62,000 in October of 2022. Then, the company reiterated its goal to build 42,400 vehicles in 2023. This number was remarked by Garrett Nelson, a senior analyst at the Center for Financial Research and Analysis, as borderline ludicrous given the struggles of EV peers and Fisker's production of 56 vehicles so far. But over here, Fisker's key advantage is its use of contract manufacturing, which sets it apart from other EV companies that are building their own factories. Rather than pouring resources into constructing some gigafactory, Fisker has partnered with Austria's Manga Steer to build its highly anticipated Ocean SUV. Also, to ensure top-quality roadworthiness, Fisker has been intentionally limiting production while it awaits homologation certification. However, while this manufacturing strategy may seem like a smart move, there are still significant supply chain issues that could hinder Ocean's success. Many EV companies are struggling to secure the necessary components due to supply chain bottlenecks and a shortage of key materials, which could impact Fisker's ability to deliver on its promises. Furthermore, Henrik Fisker's quote about delivering half of what they promise is concerning. While it's certainly a victory to deliver any number of vehicles, half of the promised amount would be a major disappointment for consumers and investors alike. It's crucial that Fisker does everything in his power to overcome these supply chain challenges and deliver the Ocean as promised, or risk damaging its reputation and credibility, which, by the way, isn't as great as we speak. But we'll get to that in a second. Overall, Fisker's use of contract manufacturing can lead to supply chain issues, which will lead to delayed release, which can create mistrust for the company. Ultimately, only time will tell whether Fisker can overcome these hurdles and emerge as a true contender in the electric vehicle market or not. He has been keeping investors and car enthusiasts alike on their toes regarding the release of the highly anticipated Ocean battery electric crossover for a very long time. According to the latest update during the Q3 earnings call, the Ocean began production at Magna Steer's facility in Graz, Austria on November 17, 2022. However, while this is certainly exciting news, it is important to note that they've only released 85% of the car. Yeah, That's right. To avoid delaying production, the Fisker Oceans will be delivered without some software features, including automatic high beam, blind spot monitoring, and lane keep assist. These features are part of Fisker Intelligent Pilot, the advanced driver assistance suite, which will be added with an over-the-air update sometime around January 2024. Cruise control will also be unavailable until later next year, and lane centering and traffic jam assist are not expected until the end of 2023. However, while this is certainly exciting news, this can be perceived as a setback, as this car has a lot of hopes riding on it. And while some won't mind the car's lack of features, it won't feel so new in the beginning. Plus, some of these features can be a necessity to some drivers, so they'll have to wait for future updates before riding. So far, the company has limited the number of affected units to 5,000, and the rest of the production run is expected to include all software features from the start. We've been hearing the name Fisker a lot, which is why it's a good time to bring up the difference between Fisker Inc. and Fisker Automotive. Both companies were founded by Henrik Fisker, but this is a wholly new company focused on building sustainable, luxurious, and more affordable electric vehicles. The fact that it's a whole new company launching its first ever car is itself a red flag because it raises the question of reliability. The Fisker name has been making waves in the automotive industry, but not always for the right reason. Henrik Fisker, the CEO behind the brand, has a rocky history in the electric car world. His first plug-in electric car was liquidated in bankruptcy back in 2013. Despite this setback, Fisker Inc., a wholly new company focused on sustainable, luxurious, and affordable electric vehicles, has emerged, making a name for itself at the North American Auto Show in Detroit, Michigan in January 2008 with the sleek and sporty Karma. The Karma garnered attention from celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Gore, and Carlos Santana, and it's not hard to see why. The comparisons to Tesla were automatic, but controversy was brewing beneath the surface. Just a few months after Karma's debut, Tesla filed a lawsuit, claiming Fisker had stolen their designs and trade secrets. However, the suit was settled in Fisker's favor, leaving the electric vehicle manufacturer free to continue its work. In December 2011, Fisker began delivering its first vehicles to customers, but things didn't go as planned. The company had to issue a recall of all vehicles manufactured between July 1, 2011 and November 3, 2011, due to a faulty battery. The lithium-ion battery had a problem with hose clamps, making it prone to short circuits and fires. This recall affected 239 vehicles, which included almost all the vehicles shipped to customers, plus most of the vehicles sitting on dealership lots. Consumer Reports also had harsh words for the Fisker Karma in March 2012. During routine testing, the vehicle failed and was deemed undrivable before it had even finished the check-in process. The review detailed how, during a speedometer calibration run, the dashboard flashed a message and sounded a bing showing a major fault. The technician got the car off the track and put it in a park to go through the owner's manual to interpret the warning. At that point, the transmission went into neutral and wouldn't engage any gear through its electronic shifter except for park and neutral. This failure was something of a milestone for Consumer Reports, as they buy about 80 cars a year, and it was the first time in memory that a vehicle was undrivable before it had completed its check-in process. We're not saying that Fisker hasn't learned from his mistakes, but he has to be extra careful with the launch of the 2023 Fisker Ocean considering the mess of the past. This kind of past makes us question his reliability, and the only way around that is to wait for some initial reviews after the car is launched, after which it can have some track record. You wouldn't want to pour around $40,000 of your hard-earned money into something new, right? Didn't think so. Finally, the last red flag comes from the lucky guy who got to test out the car in January 2023, Kyle. He reportedly had a great time driving the Fisker Ocean in Las Vegas, and at the end of his video, he revealed that the vehicle is very front-wheel drive biased and could use fine-tuning to make the vehicle more fun to drive. He also thinks that the Fisker Ocean will be a comfortable cruiser for normal people. Not fun people, because the cabin is a little bit smaller, even smaller than the Volkswagen ID.4. Of course, by fun, he meant that it's not much of a performance beast, which is not much of a requirement, but it is something to consider before joining the Fisker Ocean's waitlist. Speaking of, it's now time to reveal the exciting news for the 65,000 people who reserved the 2023 Fisker Ocean. This month, the electric SUV has passed rigorous testing with flying colors, meeting all relevant U.S. federal motor vehicle safety standards. Fisker has also completed self-certification requirements from both the NHTSA and NCAP, allowing for a 5-star crash rating. And you can bet they pulled out all the stops to ensure testing was conducted by an internationally recognized agency, further assuring customers of the Ocean's top-of-the-line quality. They've also announced that production for US and European customers are scheduled to ramp up from April 20th onward. While this may clear up some of the red flags we raised about the 2023 Fisker Ocean, a lot of hope is riding on this car. At this point, we're left wondering whether Henrik Fisker will succeed with his long life vision, or will it just be another karma? We'd love to hear your thoughts about the upcoming Fisker Ocean in the comments below. And thanks for watching.